I'm a wetty,
Ooh.
sketty.
Ooh.
What we tell them? Counting my blessings, how could I be stressing? I got a nigga that pay for my flexing. I see a boss when I see my reflection. Bustin' my beats and I hit the bachata. Double my wrist and I cut some the party. No exclusive, I used to have nada. Racket, think I might break all his pockets. Betty won't tell me to stop it. I need a bow in the tropics. I'm an optic. GD my vision, no you see it gleaming. Pussy is wet, know it got him fiending. Betty ain't tricky, you sweat when you eating. All of these. They top
Yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah,
y'all.
yeah, yes. High like fire and gorgeous is always in the building, and it is. I'm your girl, High Heel Phoenix, and we got Stunna Dior in the flesh, y'all. How are you feeling
I'm
this
feeling good.
evening?
We in town. You know
Yes,
what
you
I'm saying? We
outside.
outside. The weather's gorgeous.
Man, isn't
right?
it? Isn't it? And she's gorgeous, isn't she? Y'all, man, give it up for Stunna. Give it up for Stunna. Thank you for coming to see us, visit us, have some fun with us, ask some questions with us, and we're going to get right into it,
Let's get
okay?
into it.
I love your music. Let me just say that. I love your music. It's a vibe, and I love that you give me variety. It's not a one track pony. It's not like, oh, okay, I heard this already. Oh, it's always trap, or oh, it's always house, or oh, it's always this.
It's
You give me a little.
surprise.
Yes, it's giving tease. It's giving tease. It's giving all of the little things that I love about music. So, who is Stunna Dior?
Stunna Dior. She is a performer, an entertainer, a businesswoman, an
Period.
entrepreneur, an influencer.
So I heard through the grapevine that you was a stylist too and a designer. Is that true?
Yeah.
Ooh, child, I done seen it on your
Yeah.
Instagram. Y'all go check that out. Check that out.
Check that out, Vulgar. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the brand. I did a lot of styling. Coming before I did music, that's what my background was. I started off in fashion and doing modeling and, a lot of like movie extra roles, just like in that part of the entertainment. So I was able to I feel like enjoy the production side, being on the other side. So when I transitioned to music, it was like it flowed together because everybody's all, tied into each other.
Right.
Either way, it's the industry. So,
yeah, that's how it goes. And I think that's what sometimes people forget. It's like, oh no, I just want to do this over here. But nah, if you want to really make and capitalize on yourselves, you got to do any and everything. Be abroad, show your range.
Yeah.
So how in the world did you come up with the name Stunna Dior? Because that's real fly. Like Stunna by itself is a lot. And then Dior, I mean, who don't like Dior,
The crazy thing is people always ask me that, and I feel like it's such a right now, my name is so right now, but it's really been my name it's been my only name. Not like I went through
that's dope.
names. That's been my name since I was in high school, since I was 15 years old. I've always been Stunna.
Like A1 Day One.
A1 Day One. You know what I'm saying? There's some sneaky videos in the cut where you want to see me as a young kid being 14, 15 years old, it's your girl Stunna Dior. Basically, that's just always been, what I'm saying? And it just came because the style, the steez.
Yes, the everything, the legs, the jewels, the drip. Get into the drip.
The drip.
Yes, I like that because I'm like that too. So High Heel Phoenix is a brand name that I came up with just when I was younger. I loved heels.
And it's the power between it because it's Phoenix.
There you go.
And it's the high
Talk
heels,
about it.
And that's the woman power.
Talk about it.
People's heads,
Talk about it.
I'm here with you.
Talk about it. See, she gets me, you guys. She gets me. Yeah. I love it. Listen, so I would love to know what is the inspiration behind your music? What's really what gets you going? What really says, you know what? I'm about to sit down and I'm really about to get in my zone and pop my shit.
Yeah, my zone is just when I step in the studio. When the music is playing, I feel like it could be, really anywhere, whenever there's just a vibe. I just music has always been a part of my life from just growing up in Detroit and being involved with just everything. You know what I'm saying? It's always been around. And now that I do music, now it's just finding regular life inspiration. I really, you know what I'm saying? I've been in the industry for 8 years before I started doing it. So I've already was in penthouses and been to these places and things like that before I was able to do music. So it's never like I was rapping about something I didn't see, didn't do, or whatever. My inspiration is coming from my life, just being a boss, being a woman, going through what I go through, but still wanting to you know what I'm saying, put on without having to be yo, it's about my body, it's about this, it's about that. You know what I'm saying? That's what motivates me. And every day that I go into the booth is kind of a different experience. That's why my music, like you said, is different vibes, because it depends on what I feel coming from the beat, what resonates resonates with me, you know.
Right. And that makes sense. Like I want more artists to, tap into that emotion because it'll give you something else. It gives you a jewel, and really it really makes people feel where you're coming from
Mhm.
ultimately. So
Yeah, we're
you
gonna go
said,
to the islands when you listen to my music. We're gonna do
oh,
some Afro beats.
oh,
We're
we
gonna
gonna
take
get
you down to
the
Jersey. We're gonna have you
oh, we
You
gonna do a
might even
little
go
bop
down to
pop pop.
Brooklyn and hit the
Oh God.
boom. You
Oh,
know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
it.
You never know where you
I
gonna
like
be on
that.
Miami, you outside with the girls, you know what I'm saying? You might be in a club, you might be we there with it. It's a vibe, it's
There
an
you go. It's a
experience, you know
vibe.
what I'm
Oh,
saying?
it's
But I
an
would say that all
experience.
my music is a vibe. I like to make up music.
That's
Like
good.
even if I'm talking about things that I'm going through, the vibe, I just want to like feel up because I feel like, that's what my energy is. Like I'm a high energy person.
Yeah,
You
me
know what I'm
too.
saying? So it's like I love listening to other people's music when they're like, but for me, it's like I want to create what I feel like and what I want people to feel like. I want you to feel good. I want you to be dancing. I want to be at the parties. I want to be at the cookouts. I want to be in all of these good moments at the weddings. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
want
you
you to,
want to be at all the parties, all the
yeah,
functions,
yeah.
because she's trying to
Mm-hmm.
function.
I'm trying to
She
function.
trying to function.
3 cuts in the
So,
eyebrows, trying to wow out.
oh, you better talk about it,
You know what
girl.
I'm
You better
saying?
talk about it. So, what advice would you give other artists and other female artists
As far as like,
as far as anything, any jewel that you could give them that you wish somebody would have told you?
I mean, I would say take everything in because there's a lot of people that I feel like when you going through the industry that you get pulled in so many different directions and stuff, and it gets really confusing, like which way, and some people kind of get stuck in their own box. But like take everything as constructive criticism and like continue to use it to like, grow. Like that's the main thing. It's all about growing and trying new things. You can always scrap it if you don't like it, but like really don't be afraid to experiment and to pay attention to all of the aspects that's like going on, not just with your music, but like with your business and your production quality. And you know what I'm saying? Everything that you putting out to make sure that everything is a standard, like just be involved overall. And I feel like when you're involved and you kind of know what you want to do, it's harder to be pulled in different areas. And then you're able to now take more, you know what I'm saying, opportunities and
And
really
stay
be
in your
prepared and
lane.
stay in your lane and be prepared for them because now you know what the moves are. You know what I'm saying?
See, y'all, man, y'all better take the jewels that we give you on this show because they are going to help you regardless. There is no manual that says that you have to do it perfect, but consistency and due diligence is the key.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, I seen something on Facebook where you was performing and Jim Jones was there. How was that?
Yeah, that's a movie. Shout out to Capo. You feel
Yes.
me? Like we outside. He's been definitely embracing like the younger audience in New York and
Beautiful.
all of the music and what we doing the movement. And he's definitely been present. So I've been able to host a lot of events and get closer to a lot of people that he's working with, his artists, and be outside.
So she said in so many words, she is not afraid to network.
No,
She's not.
no, what you gonna do? How else you gonna get the opportunities, right?
Exactly.
It's
I
not
try
your
to tell people
network,
that all
it's
the
your
time.
network. You
There
feel
you
me?
go. There you go. And listen, I want to congratulate you and give you your flowers before you get them.
Thank you.
Okay. Cause I love your music. I love your swag. I love your style. I love your energy. Like you give me like boss chick, but fly chick all in one. You know
I'll
what I
take
mean?
it. I'll take
Like,
it.
but it's real business. It's like, hold up, pause.
Yeah, we gotta be
We gotta get
serious
to the
with
bag first.
ourselves. Yeah.
Let's get to the
You know,
bag. We can have some fun
we
though,
gotta
but we
do
gotta
that.
get to that bag.
Yeah.
So, and that's really what artists investing in yourself. So, could you touch
I
on
just feel like,
investing in yourself?
yeah, I was gonna say, just I feel like it's about what you're leaving behind. And like so, in the moment is important and it's great to like, be the vibe and everything like that. But you also want to make sure that you building something so that way everything that you're doing was not a waste of time. You don't want to just have stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I
Yes.
was doing this, I was doing that. Like, what did you really do? What was your impact? You know what I'm saying? So that's really important to me. Like I work with the community. I do different things with the schools and community events.
Oh,
Like,
that's awesome.
just my hands are in every pot because that's other audiences, and that's other markets that you don't know how you can impact them. So I enjoy going to the schools in different areas that might be, I went to schools in the hoods and I went to schools in the rich areas, but you never know what type of person you're impacting just by telling them to go out and chase their dreams and make sure that they stay in focus and being consistent, because sometimes they don't get to see people like you or role models up close. They only see Instagram, they only see TV, and they don't understand the work that comes behind it, and the things that you have to endure while you're on that path, because it's not easy while you're on that path. It looks easy, but it's not easy. You got to have a strong mind. You got to stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Even when there's like a ton of your personal life obstacles, and that's like the biggest thing that I see. Like, people have a lot of personal obstacles, and then they quit following their vision because of that. So there's a way that you can do both, and that you can always, invest in yourself along the way. So even if you have to get a job and you have to do this and you got to do what you got to do, but make sure that you're not giving up and yet you're always educating yourself. So that way, when opportunities present themselves, you could be ready. And that's what, like, I'm a really big fan of, just being ready when opportunity comes,
Because if you get ready, you ain't got to stay ready. I'm sorry.
Well, it's the other way.
Yeah, it's the other way.
Stay ready, so
stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. But
they
even
know
still,
what we saying.
Right.
It's just be ready.
Right. You better be prepared. Get your notebook.
Get your Googles.
Get your
your Siri,
everything. Your phone.
Because we have so much information at our fingertips that we take for granted. So Absolutely. It's like, you know what I'm saying? We look for everybody else to hire to do the job, and sometimes you put so much energy in that, like, you would have been finished already if you just would have did yourself.
Yeah, amen. Amen. And understand and know that sometimes you do have to spend money, and it's okay. Some people really be like,
yourself. Sometimes you gotta learn.
I'm not, I'm an artist. I'm dope. I don't have to do this. I don't have to spend money, baby. It don't matter who you are. Spend it somewhere. You're gonna have to spend some money some type of way, somehow. Yeah. And it is what it is. It's nothing wrong with it. Actually, it can open doors for you.
Yeah, everything is energy. So what you put out, you're gonna get in, get back. So it's like, in different ways. Maybe you don't want to do this, but don't hold yourself back. So don't be that person that's being like, oh, you got to pay this to get me there. And then in your meantime, you just sitting in your house.
Not doing nothing.
Not doing nothing. So now you're not getting the opportunity to make another potential bag. Now you're not doing nothing in that moment. And, you just letting yourself go. I like to just make sure that every day I'm waking up and I'm doing something just to be progressive towards a goal. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's something small, do some Googles, watch some conspiracy theories. Do what you got to do. Just educate yourself.
Be productive. Yeah. So, do you have any college experience?
Yeah, I went to school for a little bit.
Oh, period. She's a college
business
girl.
And entrepreneurship. I actually got accepted into AMDA, which is a school for acting and performing arts. So I was gonna go to school for performing arts, but then I was like, worst case scenario, what am I going to do? I know how to work on the talents, and I went to school for business.
Okay.
But that didn't last that long, and I got outside and I started my business. I just felt like, even with everything that happened, like I said, you got to be progressive, because I would have felt like, oh, I have to graduate with my degree in business before I started a business.
There you go.
I might have dropped out of school, and it's still in that next year or two, I started my first business by 21. So it's like I did that still, within that time frame, because I was outside networking and gaining so much more knowledge that I was even more comfortable, because I was really like in the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's way different.
It's different. Like I learned a lot in that short period of time, and I was adjusting to New York. So it's like, you got to get your finances right. You got to move right and connect with the right people. But like you said, if you invest in yourself, you're going to get those opportunities back.
Right,
you know
back.
What I'm saying?
Right back. Mm-hmm. So quick question. You said that you're from Detroit, right? So how did you transition from Detroit to New York? Like, what made you say, you know what? I'm going to go to New York. I'm not going nowhere else. That's where I'm at. And this is what I'm doing.
I had a dream.
Ooh, that one day.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? No, it was kind of really like that. Like, I don't really know what it was. You can probably ask anybody. When I was a kid, from like 5 years old, I just always knew I was gonna go to New York, and I was always obsessed with Broadway at the time.
Oh, yeah,
theater and everything. And
I'm obsessed too.
I'm an honored theater thespian, so I got to be on. I don't want to stay.
She know her chops, y'all.
I was doing little monologues here and there and whatnot, but I started off doing that as a kid. That was in Chicago. I was from Detroit. So going to Chicago, like, I was like, yo, if New York is anything like this, nah, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? And I was just obsessed with everything, the styles, the fashion. It always resonated with me. And the crazy thing is, after I left Detroit, I lived on the West Coast for a while too. I lived in Arizona for 8 years. and then I ended up coming here. So it was like, even, through all of the transitioning,
So you're
before
a
I got here.
traveling girl. I
I'm a
like
traveling
that.
girl.
I'm a travel girl
I'm in
too.
Africa a lot too. So
Awesome.
it's like I'm just like my branches and my bases everywhere. I feel like a little gypsy girl. I just go with the wind
I know that's
and
right.
where the opportunities calling.
So before we conclude, I really would like to know what is the future for Stunna Dior? What that look like?
Hmm. Okay, so we see business wise, books, movies.
Ooh, books. I like
Yes,
that. Okay.
books, movies. Definitely we're getting back into the fashion because I took a little break to just focus on music and to put everything that I had into that time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't use, it's like important to be, like they said, some people say, oh, you're a jack of all trades and a master of none, but the trick is master one thing at a time, and then
There you go.
you know
Who said you can't master them all?
exactly
It's just the thing is, some people try to master them all at one
one
time.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to do that. And I'm glad you said that because we need to change that stigma that you can't do different
Or you
things
doing too much,
or you're doing too much. It's like when I tell people, oh, I'm a model or I do radio host, I do music review, I do this, they like, okay, it's too much. Like, what do you mean it's too much? But a person, excuse me, not a man, but a person can have 4 or 5 college degrees and that's not doing too much.
It's the same thing.
It
You got to
really
put
is.
your years and your training, your hours in, get your knowledge, your resume up. If your resume up, don't be trying to jump around town.
There you go.
But the resume is right. It's definitely good to use those resources and move to the next thing, because you never know what's going to be your $1 million-billion venture.
There you go. And it could be that thing that you least expect.
Music with me, literally. Like, I always rapped from when I was a kid, but I didn't grow up. Like I said, I didn't grow up saying, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper, but I was definitely rapping. I grew up like, oh, Broadway, modeling, doing all these things, did my music, did one song, met my management, and things just boom.
Took off.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
beautiful.
like,
That's
you
beautiful.
never know what will be that thing, but it's all about your journey. You know what I'm saying? It was your journey to get there.
So do you want to shout out anybody, at this time?
Shout out to my mama. Since we here.
Hey, mama.
You did that.
You did. Look at all that.
You feel me?
Look at all that. And them legs is legging. Them legs is
I
legging.
get them from you.
She get it from her mama. She get it from her mama. Hey, y'all, listen, we had a really good time with Stunna Dior. I just want you to give them a little bit, just a little another jewel before we go. Just tell everybody where they can find you, all your platforms and all that.
What's up? It's your girl Stunna Dior. You gotta get in your bag, stay in your bag. You get what I'm saying? And you can follow me on Instagram at the real Stunna Dior. My music is available on all platforms, Stunna Dior. And if you don't know who I am, get into it. Do your Googles, do your research, because I'm outside, I'm active, and I'm coming to a city near you.
Boom. And that's on period. Gorgeous. Good evening, y'all.